Yes, that's good. Oh, don't give me that. Get up here. Wounded wolf cub. Come on up. Ladies and gentlemen, Captain Kirk. He just got love for 4 hours. Get up here. Wham. Everybody, Amy, tell them a little bit about yourself.
My name is Amy Howard Wilson. Hands up, who's old school in the audience? Little show we did about 34 years ago called Star Blazers. I have the pleasure and honor of voicing Nova in the first 2 seasons.
Lovely. Thank you for being here.
Lovely to be here. Thank you. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. My name is Todd Haberkorn, and I'm glad to see you guys on I did Death the Kid and Soul Eater, Peekadoo and Oron High School host. Natsu from Fairy Tale. And I got the tattoo for it. So, happy to be here. I'm happy to be sitting next to a Sabat.
I'm Christopher Sabat. I'm from Dallas, Texas. Always introduce myself that way. That's cool. I worked at Funimation for 1 billion years, and over that process of time, I cast myself on the following roles: Vegeta, Piccolo, Yamcha, Mr. Popo, Kami, in the first season of Dragon Ball. And then Yu Yu Hakusho, I was Alex Louis Armstrong in Full Metal Alchemist, Ayame in Fruits Basket, Zoro One Piece.
And I've been working on my Vegeta voice.
Yes. I'm gonna have to kill Todd now. Oh goodness, who am I sitting next to?
Me. Hi, I'm Sin Clair. I'm a voice actor. I used to direct. I did Black Butler. I'm in Hitalia. I just got announced as Brooke, and I'm just right backstage. Someone gave me one. I think Todd gave me one of these. That's someone. So I'm going to put them together, and I'm going to play with it because it's Brooke. That's it.
Yong Bosch. I was in Power Rangers. Bash and Trigun.
Who's that over there?
Hi guys, my name is Vic Mignogna. And I guess some of the roles I am known for would be Tamaki in Oran High School Host Fi in Tsubasa, Zito in Vampire Night, and of course Edward Elric in Full Metal Alchemist, Broly, Dragon Ball Z, Spirit in Soul Eater, and let's not forget Keldeo in Pokemon. Hey, you guys having a good weekend? Awesome.
I want to voice with you. Hey, hey, Victor.
I'm hearing a strange noise. I can't quite identify. What is that? What is it? What are you saying?
I was just singing, serenading you.
Bring it. Come on.
I just did.
I didn't hear it.
It's your turn.
Rap battle?
Rap battle? Well, Jesse, how do you want to handle this?
I'm going to come out to you guys, and you guys ask some questions, so lift your hands up really high if you have a really good, and you better be good. Remember the rules, no character voices, and no individual questions. They have to be questions that all of the voice actors can answer. Who wants to be the first question? No, who wants it really, really bad? I kind of like purple bandana guy over here. Stand up. What's your name?
It's Billy Morris.
What is your question?
What is the lamest role you've ever voiced?
Lamest role you've ever voiced.
Lamest?
The one that paid the least.
I would never do a lame role. No, I truly don't. I've only done two anime roles, and they were both really freaking awesome.
Let's see, lame role. Oh, one time, this isn't really for a show, but I used to call my friend's mother as my friend and have a conversation with the mother because I knew the friend so well, until a couple minutes in, she would ask me some super specific question that I didn't know the answer to. But it worked a lot, and I got cool presents out of it.
Keep our eye on you.
There was this one time where this dude, he was totally desperate. He needed voices for this puppet show that he was working on. And he asked me to do this voice for this puppet show. It was a Little Mermaid kind of thing. I don't know, can you tell him more about it, Todd? It was your show.
But yeah.
So because I refused to sing it is why we didn't use that song.
But he sounded really good in it. It was awesome.
How about you, Johnny? Oh, I'm asking. He has to answer the question now. Have a lame role?
Go first?
My lamest role was a guy in yellow. He died.
How many of you guys saw the anime series of Iron Man on G4?
Me!
Well, I'm going to tell you a little story. This is why it was a lame role. They cast this actor.
Go ahead, Victor.
They cast this actor to play. He's from was it Heroes? To play Tony Stark, and he'd never done any voice acting before, and so he felt like he didn't want to do his own exertion noises and fighting noises. It hurt too much. So I was in recording my character for the show one day, and the director said, or actually the other guy had already recorded, the Tony Stark guy had already recorded, and my character was talking to him, and he said a line and that he had already recorded, and then just for the fun of it, I repeated his line, only I imitated him. Just for fun. And the director said, "Oh my God, you sound just like him. Can I get you to do all of his fighting noises?" So after 15 years in voice acting, I ended up being the stunt voice actor for Iron Man. Whenever he was fighting or yelling or hitting the ground, I ended up being doing those things for him.
Andrew, are you conferring? Alright, who's got a really good question? Oh, I see this girl waving over here. Okay. What's your name?
My name's Jill Paul.
Any question?
What's the most awkward situation you've been put into with a fan?
What is it?
The most awkward situation you've been put into by a fan.
You mean today?
Hey guys, sound people, can you turn up the monitor volume a little bit? Yeah. Cool. Check. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Who's next? Awkward situation that we've been in with a fan?
Correct.
Fortunately, there hasn't been anything really uncomfortable. Sometimes when we get asked to sign things that we wouldn't ordinarily sign. Fortunately, that's probably the one and only thing. You sort of have to say no sometimes.
What's the most awkward thing you've said no to?
Well, I can't really say. Very young folks.
Well, so one time somebody wanted me to co-sign with them on a...
Wink.
Oh, here. They wanted me to co-sign for this car for them, and they said, just sign right here, and I go, Vic, I'm not... You can do this.
Yeah, so some of the things that people have asked for me to sign. I have to agree with you on that. They're pretty dicey. I came up, I'm like, oh, this is some Dragon Ball manga I've never seen. Oh goodness. Oh wow, okay. So Goku and Gohan were very close. Yeah, it was some pretty naughty stuff. And the people when they hand it to you, they know what they're handing it to you. There you go. So now I recognize that face and I stop it before I'm like, no! Okay, let me see. Yeah.
I've been asked this at another con, and I was sad because I didn't have anything, and then the Lord gave me 2 different answers. One of them is a girl came up to me after one of my panels and just goes, "Can I touch it?" Excuse me? Can I touch it? Well, your beard. Oh! Yeah, sure. No more of that, but yeah. And then the last con I was at, I leaned forward. It feels good.
Now I know why they wanted to touch it.
Yours is fuller. And then I was at a con, the last con I was at, there's this little adorable 6-year-old boy with glasses, looked like Nicky in the movie, and he was like, I was like, hey, how's it going? The kid goes, no. And then I go, oh, I'm gonna jam his finger in my mouth.
He's just preparing you to have children, man.
So you ate your own boogers!
You know what really does not feel good? Hand sanitizer up your nose. Yeah.
They haven't come up with a good nose sanitizer yet.
I was in Arkansas, and and a group of fangirls stood up when they were giggling, and they asked me in this Q&A if I was afraid of being raped by fangirls.
Well, are you?
Well, my response was, I am now.
Don't give him any ideas, Johnny.
Don't rape
Like nobody here. That was a story from a different time, not for today. You know, there have been a lot of really awkward stories over the years. That's one of the interesting things about doing this for a long time is you end up piling up a lot of really interesting stories. So many strange things. Awkward indeed. One time, I was at a convention in Miami, Florida. And that's the story. That's right. But I was going back to my room. This was a long time ago. I was walking back to my room, and there was a young lady following me. Probably, 30 or 40 feet back, but she was doing the whole, And I tried, I thought, well, maybe she's staying in a room in the same hallway. So she was just on her way to her room, and I didn't pay any attention. And when I got to my door, she just accelerated. She hit warp drive, and suddenly she was there. And she was like, and I was like, hi, sweetie, can I help you with something? And she goes, I've been, all today, I've been trying to get up the courage to kiss you. I'm like, oh, sweetheart, I'm your dad. I mean, I could be your dad.
Oh, okay.
Please.
Sweetheart, I'm your dad. That's why I'm ignoring you.
I said,
I am your father.
you're my dad! Daddy! But no, I was like, oh, honey, no, please, no, don't. You're very nice, but no. You're very kind, but no. And so that was kind of awkward. She was literally, it was like the gazelle kind of a... She was just kind of stalking along in the shadows. And awkward, okay.
I think it's always nice when people give you things. I mean, you can't help but be filled with gratitude when someone actually takes the time to make something for you, gives you something. the hard part is when they make like really, really big things that are really almost impossible to take anywhere with you. And the thing that gets me, doesn't get everybody, but and I don't think I'm alone in this, but like sometimes homemade food really scares me because I have a phobia of leftovers and stuff like that. You can ask my wife. I am paranoid of food that's gone bad or whatever. So, and there was this one time where this girl brought this muffin, and it, like, she'd been holding it the whole time. You could tell, and it was like sweaty, and it was so awful looking. And she put it down. She goes, "I brought this for you." I'm like, "Oh, thank you so much. I love muffins." And she goes, "Aren't you going to try it?" I go, "Oh, well, I'm just about to eat lunch, and I need to eat lunch." And right at that moment, like, my handler had no idea. She came up, she said, "Hey, we're not going to be able to eat lunch until like 3 today." I'm like, "Oh." And so there was this moment of silence. I'm like, "I'm a vegan?" And they're vegan. It's just made of sweat and bamboo.
I didn't know you had a phobia of leftovers, so I'm gonna be like, "Hi, Chris, I'm yesterday's meat."
Seriously, it affects me.
It makes sense, because I remember being like, "Hey man, I have some of that leftover pulled pork. You want me to bring some?" He's like,
There are rules.
Let me see your hands! You. Your name?
Chris, I would like to ask you all, what is the greatest and most traumatizing pitfall that an aspiring VA can fall into?
The greatest pitfall an aspiring VA can fall into?
being a cocky jerk. I'm not kidding, that won't work. There are people that just like have started out and day one they come and going, "Yeah, I'm about to own this place." And don't be that guy. Just don't be a jerk.
At least wait until you're successful to become a jerk.
I would say going into this business for the money. You can't do it for the money. You do it because you can't envision yourself doing anything else. Because the jobs are going to come, the jobs are not going to come. You know, you're work for a while, then not work for a while, and you know, you have to be willing to take the bad with the good, I guess.
If someone says the recording studio is in a windowless van, don't record in there.
Because that means you did work on upstream color.
That's right.
Todd just recently sold his windowless van. So you're not doing those auditions anymore?
Yeah, I sold it. I got a good deal for it. Someone was very generous, and I was like, great, I'll take that offer.
He got a windowless school bus now.
Ooh, wall session.
Yeah.
Are the rest of you going to answer?
That was a really perfect answer, though, you guys, both of you. I mean, on a serious note, I mean, both of you. The idea that you're going to do this to make a lot of money, that's not right. That's not real. Do things because you love them, not because you think you're going to make a killing of money. And what Ian said as well is perfect. I mean, be humble and be very grateful for the opportunities you're given. Don't be cocky or have any kind of attitude.
And be prepared for a lot of rejection, FYI.
Yes.
Hey, she was really quick here. What's your name?
Oh, and
My name. Go ahead.
the only other advice I have is lock your phone when you're with this.
Chris is the sole reason there's a passcode on my phone. I'm no longer naked and itchy.
Where's that coming
What?
from? It's a voice in my head.
Hi, my name is Kimberly. Right here. Hi, Kimberly.
Hi.
I wondered, have any of you ever even considered becoming like face actors, like being on the silver small screen?
I'm glad you didn't say real acting. You guys want to do any real acting one day?
Have you all considered that during any point in your careers?
Where do they do
Sam,
face acting?
you've got the mic a little close to your mouth. Back it off just a little bit because we're kind of getting fuzzy stuff up here.
Would any of you consider doing face acting instead of just voice acting?
Actually, I think the reality is most all of us do in some form.
Have done,
Most all of us have done, in fact, it's probably fair to say all of us have done theater, which I think you would consider, use your face for that. So like on stage, theater acting, and on camera acting. Most everybody here, I think, we were actors first. And it was only at some point in time that somebody said, hey, you want to try voice acting? And what we heard was acting. And we loved acting. So we got into acting with our voices, but I think all of us have done a good deal of theater and on camera work.
Yeah, I had gone to acting school for 2 years in New York. It's the American Academy American Academy of Dramatic Arts. And I was there for 2 years. And after I graduated, I realized that I had really good theater training in dance and voice and what I needed to do well on the stage, but I didn't really know how the business side of it worked. So I went to school in a casting agency for a while, and I was a sales rep for a jingle writer, and I got some experience with how the other side of, on the other side of the mic or the other side of the camera, how it all works. And that's what happened. The first professional job that I got after acting school was the voice acting role in Star Blazers. So it's a complete departure. And the job, the crazy part of this business, the work is going to come out of nowhere, and it can really be a surprise. But that's all part of the excitement.
What's fun about voice acting is that you get to play things that you would never normally play. Like when I look at Keroro, who's this alien frog, like how would you? When would you ever get a chance to play that, or get to play Rowan in Tales of Xillia? I would never, you get cast as an old man like that. And so it's fun to do that. It's fun to be able to do those types of roles, and this live action acting or face acting is a lot of fun too. It's just a different vein of acting. It's a different discipline. But they all come from the same place, and it's all fun, it's all great. So yeah, it's like, in this business you do a little bit of everything, because people are like, I want to be an anime voice actor. Well, like we were saying earlier, that's not really going to be the only thing you do. It's like if you get a call from Spielberg, he's like, I want you to do Back to the Future 4. You're like, nope, I only do anime acting. No, we do whatever comes to our plate, and we hopefully it's all within the entertainment industry, and people that get to do that. I'm very lucky to be a part of that and be a part of this crew up here, and so we hope it keeps going.
Anyone else, or is that well covered?
I think it's pretty well covered.
This little girl over here looks so excited. Okay. Your name?
My name's Emma, and I was wondering if there was ever a role that you wanted to play really badly but you didn't get it.
Role you wanted really badly but did not get.
Oh, no, that I've never had that situation. I mean, not that I got that, every role and starting everything or whatever, but that one particular role that I wanted to play that I did not get. I'll tell you the truth. I'm just kind of digressing a little bit. To be, really available for roles in anime and such, you really have to be where the production is done. And where we live in Virginia, there is none. So you sort of have to be ready for that eventuality too. And what I've been doing is recording audiobooks from my home studio, because the anime work isn't there. So there have been other opportunities outside of anime that I've been thankfully blessed to be able to do, but no, I can't think of a role that I wanted to do and was not able to.
I have auditioned for Spider-Man probably 4 times, 5 times, and each time Marvel will tell me, they're like, here are the notes for your first read, and so, but they won't give you another chance. They'll just be like, we don't like it. But when they give you feedback, I applied that feedback to the second time that I read for it for a different game, and they wanted me basically to do what I did the first time I did it, but they didn't get, so it was crazy. And actually the first time I auditioned for Spider-Man was when I came to AWA, I guess 2 years ago. The minute I landed, we went straight over to a studio where they record Aqua, what is the show? Aqua Team? They record that there, and so I went in there and recorded Spider-Man. I was so excited because actually I recorded it at your place before I left. I snuck out, I was driving to the airport and my agent called me and said, "You've got to audition for Spider-Man." So I went, and I happened to be right by his studio. And so I ran in, recorded it real fast, sent it, got on the plane, got the notes from the agent. Before we took off, I called a studio in Atlanta and said, "I need to book time in 2 hours or whatever." Landed, went to that studio, then went to the convention. And I was like, man, this is going to be an epic story if I get this. And then when I got the call that I didn't get it, it was epic rejection. But yeah.
That's pretty cool. I had a situation similar to that. It didn't involve as much, you know, breaking into people's studios.
I mean, I had a key.
Yeah. Still, you know, permitted. We had a restraining order against Todd at that point.
But there are loopholes.
Yeah. I had a key, officer. I was actually cast as Marcus Phoenix from Gears of War. Do you guys know that show? Yeah. I was cast as Marcus Phoenix, and we did several sessions. And it was during a time when they were having to push forward, even though that there was a huge union strike in California. There was a time when there was a union and writer strike. It was just, everything was up in arms. So they brought all their production to Texas. And we recorded several sessions, and then they resolved the strike, and the company said, "Oh, we have to record this in California now." So they ended up finding some dude who's really good, but he sounds very much like me, and I always groan every time I play it. Every time I buy the next version of the game, as soon as it comes out.
Oh, it's John? Or John?
Yeah.
I do have an answer. I don't have too many anime answers. I do have a couple because, you know, when I read the Black Butler sites before I auditioned for it, I really wanted to be Sebastian, but I actually auditioned to be Captain America. Like, not voiceover, face acting. Like, we didn't know it. Just know, they did this whole thing that was, they wanted to get a non-celebrity to be Captain America, and so they did this nationwide audition, and like I did the scenes, and I was on my drive home from Austin, and I was like, I have to go behind the lines to find Ricky Harns in one scene, and the other one I am being rejected as a soldier, and I just want to, I was Captain America, I wouldn't have got it anyway, why did I drive?
There are a lot of characters. There are a lot of roles that I asked him. He said he didn't have anything. I didn't skip it. Sorry. I love Johnny. I didn't skip him.